I'm here with my man Nick. Nick, how you doing? You've just witnessed I wouldn't say it's an exhilarating game, but it's a great day for Arsenal in terms of we've beaten Man City. Many people classify them as a boogie team of Arsenal. In doing so, we've lifted the Community Shield. How are you feeling today about that?
I'm over the moon. You know, people are going to try and take away from what we've done with regards to. We already straight away we saw on Twitter people were saying Haaland and KDB weren't on the pitch at the same time, and all types of detractors. But in football, you can only beat what's in front of you, right? Had we lost this, what would people be saying? You spent all this money. What for? Where were you senior players? Whatever the case may be. Ultimately, we've won it. We can only beat what's in front of us. And like you say, it's been a bogey team for us massively. And it's not just that it's a bogey team for us. They've just won the treble. We're playing them, maybe not at their most dangerous, but we're playing them when they're after the season. It's their most successful season: Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup. You know, so for us to win against them, regardless of bogey team or not, is very, very impressive.
And a lot of people say the Community Shield doesn't count for much, but you know, if you're an Arsenal fan, to get off to the season, you know, curtain raiser and win a trophy, I think that's quite significant. How much do you think that will play in Arsenal's favour moving forward from here?
Yeah, look, when these players retire, this isn't going to be the major honours that they're hoping to get, these Community Shields. But to start the season with a win, to start the season seeing people like Declan Rice just left his boyhood club and come to Arsenal when he's already holding some type of silverware, that's huge. Same with Timber. Even players that we're going in, you know, we're looking at David Raya and these types of players. It's going to be big for them to want to come into a club that's on a positive trajectory. So it's huge.
Okay, anyone in particular impresses today? I mean, I thought most of the players had good games, but was there any standout performances in your
Listen, for me, Timber, man, he's the best of what Kieran Tierney does and what Zinchenko does. He's the best of both. Super versatile, can play anywhere across that back four. We've seen that already. I hope it's not a flash in the pan, but he just looks absolutely incredible.
Had a very good pre-season.
Didn't look out of his depth today against Manchester City at all. Didn't look like he was new to the Arsenal team. Slotted straight in, and really, really impressive. You know, that's the guy I'm looking at this season, 100%.
Okay. And I've got to ask you, Havertz, he started up top. A lot of eyebrows were raised about that, including mine. I thought Eddie might have got the nod, but to be fair, Havertz came in and he did his thing. Had a good first half. A couple of chances went awry. How do you feel about Havertz's performance in general?
I think I'm not too worried because as a team, we're going to create a lot of chances. We've got a lot of creativity on our side. That doesn't mean we can waste chances, but I do think that position is still up for grabs for anybody. Obviously, Jesus is the natural starter, but in terms of Trossard, in terms of Nketiah, and obviously now Kai Havertz, I think it depends who we play on a week-to-week basis, tactically, what the manager wants to go with. We know, you know, against a team like Manchester City, they're very good at pressing. We're not going to have a lot of the ball, so based on that, we may have to go long. So we need a big man up top. Other days, we're going to dominate the ball. We just need someone that can finish. If Jesus isn't available, maybe Trossard's the best option. So it's all there to play for. And on a week-to-week basis, depending on who we play, we may see different people take up that position. And I think, you know, we need to build up his confidence, Kai Havertz. We need to support him, not get on his back, build his confidence, and we know that he's capable of scoring these chances. He didn't score them today, but on another day he will. And that's down to us as fans and the manager to work with him and support him.
Okay, so we've spoken about Timber, which I'm assuming that you got man of the match.
Yep.
We spoke about Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, our other big money signing, well, the biggest money signing. What did you think of him today?
He had moments. There was a moment when Kovacic was bombing forwards and looked like he was about to cause us a real problem. We know we're not great at defending counter-attacks typically. And he came and swept up, going forwards. You know, in that 8 position, I think it's going to take some adjusting. We've seen him do it for England, but not massively for West Ham. So it's going to take some adjusting, but all of the pieces are there. You know, it's down to coaching. And one thing that I love about Arteta is his coaching. He's able to coach players. That's one of the strengths of his as a manager. But it will take some coaching to get the best out of Declan Rice in that position. And it will come in time. He has just won a European trophy. He's now picked up some smaller silverware for Arsenal. He was captain. You know, the work rate will be there. All of the pieces are there. And it will come together 100%. I have total confidence in him stepping into that midfield, yeah.
And just got to ask you, starting 11 for the Forest game coming up next week, the season opener as far as Arsenal in the Premier League's concerned?
I would have it broadly the same, but I'd probably start Trossard for the reasons I said before. We're probably likely to dominate the ball. We're probably likely to create quite a few chances, and we're just going to need someone there who can finish. And like I said when we were on the stream, you know, Trossard is a player that can create something out of nothing. They'll probably sit deep, try and catch us on the counter-attack. So we need creative players that can break that down. And I think Trossard at the moment is more creative than Kai Havertz. But other than that, and then I think Havertz is a great option off the bench, depending on how the game's kind of ebbing and flowing. So I would keep it largely the same, but probably Trossard to start.
Okay, and just finally, your thoughts for the season coming up. What do you think our targets will be? What's your expectation?
At least one major honour. At least one. I want to be winning either the league or the Champions League. I want to be winning it. I want to win one of those. And whichever one we don't win, I want to be very competitive in the other. We spoke on the stream about how far do we think we can go in the Champions League. If we're not getting to the semi-final, I'll be a little bit disappointed.
It's Champions League semi-final.
Champions League semi-final. That's how far I want to take it. Obviously, I want to win the whole thing, and then the Premier League. I'm expecting a strong title race. Looking at the team today, I'm not saying that we're better than City. City is still a superb team. We saw that in moments of the game today, and even for long periods, not even just moments, for long periods of the game, they were the better team. But we are capable on any given day. The league is going to be so competitive. There are more teams that we may drop points to and City may drop points to. The league's going to be a little bit more open than it was last season, I think. And it's a great opportunity for us to go in with this team to go and win some major honours, 100%.
Okay, and just finally, is there anyone we haven't spoken about that you're looking forward to seeing as the season progresses?
I'm just more of Mikel Arteta. I love him. I love what he's built so far. It is a process. We're seeing kind of the final phases of that. Really excited for Fabio Vieira as well. I think he took his penalty very, very well. And he needs to look at the players around him now. Kai Havertz, Trossard, Martin Odegaard, obviously, and try to model himself on what these guys do. But yeah, I think it could be an exciting season. For those fringe players, we know about the starting 11 already, but the Fabio Vieiras, the Trossards, the Reece Nelsons when he's back from injury, those types of fringe players are going to be the guys that are going to get us over the line when it comes to crunch time.
Awesome, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you, and your statue as well, man. You've been very impressed with your statue. Well, we was there when you unveiled it this week. How are you feeling off that outside the Emirates?
Well, it's a great honor, to be rewarded for my contribution to the development of a club, and I just worked always to do as well as I could for the club.
Can we expect to see you more at the Emirates this season?
I travel a lot because I have responsibilities to develop the game everywhere in the world. So I've spent a lot of time on the planes, but when I am available, it will of course be a pleasure for me to join back.
Last question, how do you think the boys are going to do this season? Arsenal, are you confident Mikel can keep us competing again this season?
Yeah, I would say not only compete again, we want to win it. From last year we got one information, we were close. We improved well the squad, so this year I think we hope all that we get over the line in the end.
Okay, thank you very much.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.